We are now at 7:20. We are now at 7:20. I am calling the public hearing to order. This is a resolution approving programs eligible for the Neighborhood Assistant Act Tax Credit Program. And we will begin with roll call. Mr. Davidoff.
Good evening, Madam Mayor. Councilor Blanks.
Present.
Mayor Cantor.
Here.
Councilor Cortez.
Here.
Councilor Fay.
Present.
Councilor McGinnis.
Present.
Councilor Poland.
Here.
Councilor Walters.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Winograd.
Present.
Councilor Dzanowitz.
Here.
All present.
Thank you, Mr. Davidoff. We will begin with presentation, and it's our own staff, I think.
Yes,
Mr. Lambert.
Madam Mayor, thank you. And tonight's public hearing is an annual hearing that we hold to approve programs eligible for the Neighborhood Assistance Act Tax Credit Program. And we have our Director of Leisure and Social Services, Helen Rubino-Turco, here to join us and give an overview of this particular process. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor Cantor and members of the Town Council. The Connecticut Neighborhood Assistance Act is a tax credit program that is offered through the Department of Revenue Services. It is designed to attract funding for tax-exempt organizations by providing a corporation business tax credit to businesses who make cash donations to those entities. And the state DRS asks municipalities to oversee this, to publicize it, to review the applications, and make recommendations to them for programs that are eligible. So the first thing that happens is a nonprofit organization gets the application in the spring. They apply to, they fill out the form and they send it to our office. In West Hartford, this program is overseen by Social Services. We review those applications for eligibility, for correctness, making sure that all of the documentation is in place. And then before we make our recommendation, before the town reviews them, we make sure that we have this public hearing so that anyone from our community can speak about the applications that have been received. We are having that public hearing right now. We have 11 projects from 9 different local nonprofits. All of the applications that we received, we didn't accept all of them because not everyone is eligible, but we did approve these 11 projects. You would then, at your town council meeting this evening, you would vote to approve the programs, and then the town manager would submit the application form from West Hartford to the Department of Revenue Services by July 1. I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
Thank you, Ms. Rubino-Turco. Are there questions on this program? My attachments won't open, so I don't know why. But anyway, this is something we do every year. So some of us that have been on the council for years are very familiar with it.
Yep.
And it is a great opportunity. And we appreciate the administration that you do for this to benefit communities, organizations that benefit our community in a whole host of ways. So any other comments, questions? All right, public comment. I don't know if there's anyone that has signed up to speak to this public hearing. And Mr. Davidoff, have you received any?
No written comments, Madam Mayor.
Okay, so no written comments. Nobody has signed up. And no questions by the council? Then this public hearing is closed. Thank you very much, and we will begin the council meeting in 5 minutes. It is now 7:30, and Mr. Zadanos will be mad at me. I run late. So I am calling the Tuesday, June 10th, 2025 Town Council meeting to order. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Mr. Davidoff.
Good evening, Madam Mayor. Counselor Blanks.
Present.
Mayor Cantor.
Here.
Counselor Cortez.
Here.
Counselor Fay.
Present.
Counselor McGinnis. Present. Counselor Poland.
Here.
Counselor Walters.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Winograd.
Present.
Counselor Zdanowitz.
Here.
All present.
Thank you very much. So we're going to begin with a proclamation. This is very special. We haven't done this in a long time. I do just want to thank Tracy Wilson for serving as our, obviously her family, serving as our town historian for a long time. I think it was close to 15 years. And she helped us to learn about the town and taught us a lot of lessons. And in fact, Mr. Winograd, if you want to just share, this weekend, there was a dedication of some of her materials at the Noah Webster House that unfortunately I was away, but Mr. Winograd, if you want to just share.
Thank you. Yeah, very meaningful ceremony. The Noah Webster House has named the research center after Tracy Wilson. You should go over there. It's a beautiful sign up. And with some grant money, they were able to bring all her papers from the many books, all her columns, the books she wrote, all the research, and had her research colleagues and this beautiful sort of video of some of the work they did. And so certainly hope people will get over there and take a look at the exhibit and future researchers. It's a place to go to really learn about West Hartford. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Winograd. And being a town historian is a very important job for a town to really become a great town, to learn about yourself and to learn about how you came to be and learn lessons of the past. And so I'm very excited that we're going to be naming our town historian tonight. So. Okay. So they'll learn a little bit about Mary, and then Mary will say a few words. But whereas Mary Donahue is an esteemed resident of West Hartford for nearly 40 years, a celebrated author, architectural historian, and historical preservationist whose extensive contribution have consistently enriched the understanding and appreciation of our community's cultural heritage. And whereas Mary Donahue has demonstrated her dedication to preserving the architectural and historical integrity of West Hartford and beyond, notably through her leadership as the president of Grant House Heritage Services, as well as through her stewardship of the historic Cephas Grant House, a significant landmark in our town, and whereas her role as the executive producer and host of the Grating the Nutmeg, a podcast devoted to Connecticut history that showcases her commitment to educating the public about our state's rich historical narrative, and which received an Award of Excellence from the Connecticut League of Museums in 2023. And whereas Mary Donahue has significantly contributed to the field of historical scholarship through her role as assistant publisher of Connecticut Explored, as well as writing over 50 various historical articles and co-authoring 3 award-winning books that delve deeply into various pivotal aspects of Connecticut's history. And whereas her past service as Deputy State Historic Preservation Officer exemplifies her formidable expertise, and dedication to the management and promotion of the state's historical assets. And whereas Mary Donahue's leadership extends to her invaluable involvement with local historical and preservation societies, including her roles with the Noah Webster House and the West Hartford Historical Society, the Jewish Historical Society of Greater Hartford, and as co-chair of the West Hartford Historic District Commission. And whereas her exceptional efforts have been recognized through prestigious accolades, including the Janet Award for Excellence in Historic Preservation and the Frederick Law Olmsted Award. And now therefore be it proclaimed that on behalf of the Town Council of West Hartford and the residents of West Hartford, I, Mayor Sherry G. Cantor, do hereby appoint Mary Donahue as our town historian, confident that her profound knowledge and passion and unwavering commitment will continue to preserve and illuminate the historical narrative of our town for generations to come.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
And I think Ronnie's going to take a picture.
There we
So.
go.
Congratulations. And that's for you. And then we'd love to hear you.
Okay. All right. I have to say, I have been studying up for this job for decades. So I've done extensive research in West Hartford's neighborhoods and architecture, and I've often shared that at the No Webster House. But this is going to give me an opportunity to really go beyond that. I actually worked on projects with my three predecessors as town historian, and they were all fantastic, and they all left a wonderful legacy and a big role for me to fill as town historian. But it's going to be especially important, I think, to have a town historian now, because we're about to go into the 250th celebration of the founding of our country. So West Hartford has a committee. It's not going to focus solely on colonial history. We want to tell the inclusive stories from all parts of our community. We want to look for those places that we ought to honor as landmarks in our community. And we really want to talk about the power of place in West Hartford, which of course is the 19th best place to live in the United States. So I think we'll have a wonderful amount of things to work with for the 250th and beyond. And I just encourage anybody here to contact me with ideas or groups that you would like to have me contact. I plan to be on a little bit of a listening tour for the next few months and really contact as many cultural and community groups as I can find and just say, hi, I'm here, and see if we can make those connections. So thank you so much. I'm honored and deeply appreciative.
Yay, thank you, Mary. Mary, we won't be hurt if you go home. So I just say. But we will get now to business. But I just want to thank you for your service and congratulations again. All right. Number 3 is public forum. No one has signed up to speak. Is there anybody that would like to speak to the public? Anything other than the public hearing that we had? Okay, seeing none, we will go to number 4, Mr. Winograd.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Without objection, I move that items 5A and 7F be placed on the consent calendar.
Is there any objection? All right, hearing no objection, the items are placed on consent. Mr. Winograd?
I move adoption of the consent calendar.
Second?
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 6, Mr. Winograd.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move to adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of an easement in favor of the Metropolitan District Commission to support the Fern Street Bridge Replacement Project.
Second?
Motion's been made and seconded. Mr. Ledwith.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. As the council knows, we're in the process of replacing the Fern Street Bridge next to Fern Ridge Park. In order to proceed with this project, we will need to grant an easement to the MDC to relocate a water main that sits right below Trout Brook and the bridge. The easement grants MDC the right to relocate the water main in this area and was reviewed by our Community Planning and Economic Development Committee at our last meeting, and then was unanimously approved by the Town Plan and Zoning Commission on June 4th. So I will pause there, and through you, Madam Mayor, happy to answer any questions that the council had.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwith. And it was reviewed in Ms. McGinnis's committee. I don't know if you want to add anything.
Through you, Mayor, just quickly, I know people have been asking about this for a long time, including my own husband, who is like, why has this road been like this for so long? So I know that people will be glad to finally get this going and get the bridge back to normal. So.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Letter B, Mr. Winograd.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move to adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of an easement in favor of the city of Hartford to support traffic signalization improvements on Farmington Avenue.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Mr. Lightfoot.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This resolution will grant an easement to the city of Hartford to replace the traffic signal at the intersection of Prospect and Farmington Avenue. The city of Hartford will replace this signal system and restore the easement area to its original condition at the completion of the project. We did review this resolution at the last CPED meeting as well, and it was also unanimously approved by our TPZ Commission on June 4th. Through you, happy to answer any questions, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwith. I'll just flip it to you. No comments. Are there any questions or comments? All right, seeing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. 7, new business, Mr. Winograd.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move to adopt a resolution appropriating energy rebates.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Mr. Ledwith.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This resolution will appropriate $187,630.29 that the town received in energy rebates. This came in about $72,700, more than we anticipated for projects that qualified under the Connecticut Energy Efficiency Fund Program, which is administered by Eversource. The town has completed numerous projects to conserve energy and reduce utility costs, including conversion of lighting to LED fixtures within buildings, replacing lighting controls, water heaters and pumps, as well as upgrades to heating and ventilation control systems. So I do want to, as always, thank Catherine Davini for all of her efforts throughout the year in securing these grant funds and continuously helping us to reduce our energy costs throughout the year. So through you, Madam Mayor, happy to answer any questions that the council had.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwith, and I also want to thank Ms. Davini for her tireless work on this. It's been years of her commitment that really have created so many opportunities for us to save on energy and conserve. Does this go into the Energy Service Fund?
Sorry, yes, it does.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to make sure that then that is a fund that we keep to spend on other energy investments as well and to minimize fluctuations in energy costs. So any comments or questions? Okay, seeing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Letter B, Mr. Winograd.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move to adopt a resolution closing completed capital projects in the Capital Projects Fund.
Second.
A motion's been made and seconded. Mr. Ledwith.
Thank you. This is another annual resolution adopted by the council. As capital projects are completed, the council must formally close these projects by resolution. There are 24 projects being closed this evening by this resolution. In addition, 2 projects came in under budget and will not be reimbursed by the grantor, and those are the Trout Brook Trail Phase 2 project, which came in under $17,841.99, as well as the Westmore Park Outdoor Classroom, which came in under $11,536.61. In addition, the $100,000 set aside for the Westmore Park utility shed is no longer needed based on realignment of other projects within Westmore Park. And I will pause there, and through you, Madam Mayor, happy to answer any questions that the council had. This was reviewed at our most recent F&A meeting as well.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwith. Mr. Winograd, I don't know if you want to review.
We did discuss this, and as always, of course, we're happy to hear about under budget, just as we're happy to hear about grant money. So thank you very much for all the work by your staff.
Thank you. Agreed. Any comments or questions? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Letter C, Mr. Winograd.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move to adopt a resolution approving programs eligible for the Neighborhood Assistance Act Tax Credit Program.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Mr. Ledwith.
Thank you. This was the subject of a public hearing earlier this evening where our Director of Leisure and Social Services provided an overview of the Connecticut Neighborhood Assistance Act Tax Credit Program, which provides funding for municipal and tax-exempt organizations by providing a corporation business tax credit for businesses who make cash contributions to these entities. The town has publicized this program and solicited proposals from nonprofit organizations. And this year we had 11 organizations, or 11 projects, sorry, approved from 9 local nonprofits. And I will pause there through you, Madam Mayor. Happy to answer any questions that the council had.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwith. Are there any questions? We just had that public hearing again, and it's something we do every year. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Letter D, Mr. Winograd.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move to adopt a resolution appropriating an Urban Act grant to support affordable housing development projects.
Second?
Motion's been made and seconded. Mr. Ledwith?
Sure, and this resolution goes back several months now. If you recall, back in October of 2024, our delegation, led by Senator Slapp, Representatives Exum, Farrar, Gibson, Gilchrist, and Sanchez, worked to secure $2 million in funding from the Bond Commission to support affordable housing in our transit-oriented development district, as we know, is along New Britain Avenue and New Park Avenue. We very much appreciate their support in working with the governor in securing these funds. And this resolution would allow us to receive these funds directly from the state, allocate them to our affordable housing development program, and then ultimately appropriate them to 2 projects located in the TOD, one being the mixed-use Elmwood Lofts at the former Puritan furniture site on New Britain Avenue, which will have 117 residential units, along with commercial on the first floor, and then the Jaden on New Park Avenue with a proposed 70 units and commercial on the first floor as well. And both projects will offer market rate and affordable units. So it's been several months coming, but very excited to see those funds coming through our affordable housing development program and dispersed to both of these projects. So through you, Madam Mayor, happy to answer any questions that the council had.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwith. Yes, this has been a lot of work. I want to thank Kristen Gorski for her help and work with this, and Representative Farrar, too, really helped us with this. Do you have an amount on that, Mr. Ledwith?
Yes, Madam Mayor, they're $2 million, so it'd be $1 million for each project.
Just confirming that.
Yep.
Okay, and so, yeah, it's been a long time, and I want to thank everybody that helped to get us to this point. Are there any comments or questions? All right, thank you, and thank you to the state for their support. We have had a number of developments that the state really has given us the assistance to close a gap to provide a very, I think, broad range of housing in our community, and we're really proud of the work that we've done. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Letter E, Mr. Winograd.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move to adopt a resolution amending the fiscal year 2025-2026 budget of the Community Development Block Grant Fund.
Second?
Motion's been made and seconded. Mr. Ledwith?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. As the council knows, we adopt our budget prior to receiving the HUD budget for our Community Development Block Grant Program. This year, we had budgeted $998,000 and received word recently that that actual number will come in at $995,000, so about a $3,800 difference between the two budgets, which is fairly common from year to year. But happy to announce that we are receiving those funds. I know those were somewhat at risk a couple of months ago, so very happy to report that we will be moving the CDBG program forward in fiscal year 26. So I'll pause there through you. Any questions? Happy to answer them.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwith. I actually had a call with U.S. Conference for Mayors today, and there was recognition that the grant money did come through, but the question is for next year and how much it means to communities around the country to help. So that was, again, a very strong bipartisan commitment to having these funds again for next year. So hopefully they will. We did a lot of good with these funds, and it's really helps a lot of people stay in their homes. All right, any questions or comments? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We are now reports for town manager, but before you go, Mr. Leavitt, I just do want to recognize, and I should have done this at the beginning of the meeting, but I just wanted to have a moment of silence and a real, I can't tell you how hard this is for our community to lose people on our roads. And it unfortunately, it is happening around our country and throughout our state. But we have had a significant amount of loss in the last several years, and it's horrible and it's heartbreaking, and we are going to work so hard to prevent any severe injury and death through our Vision Zero work, but it's just, there's just, I don't know. I mean, I actually I'm at a loss for words on this, and I can't tell you how I'm upset I am by these. And we are, we're doing work every day to make things safer, but it can't be fast enough and it can't be enough. But we need everybody's help in keeping our community safe. We need drivers to drive slowly. Today, I was telling some of my fellow colleagues here, I was passed by a car on North Main Street going 50 miles an hour, going out and about, like crossing the line and stuck in between other cars, and we all see it every day. We see reckless drivers. We see, but we also see people either on bikes or walking that are not following the crosswalks and waiting till a right light is red. And that is really important too. Just like you would teach your children, as I look at my almost 3-year-old granddaughter, and as I was crossing the streets with her this past week while we were away, I said, we have to wait till the person comes, the walk person, the red hand is up, that's no. I mean, those are really important things, and those are signals that drivers use too. And so we really, really need to pay attention to all of it. We are working regionally to try to get some PSAs out there to talk about being visible. And also, obviously all the speed control that we need to do, but drivers need to slow down. And a lot of drivers drive through our town are not West Hartford residents, but a lot are. And we can all do our part to make our roads and our community safer. And so I just want to have a moment of silence for both Stephen Mendelson, and unfortunately we lost John Marzak, who was a member of the Newington community, who was hit at 2 a.m. On Friday night. Thank you for that. And I know nothing is weighing more on our town manager's heart and his shoulders than this, but I'm going to flip it over to you, Rick.
Thank you, Mayor. And I join you in your comments as well, and offering our condolences to Mr. Mendelson and Mr. Marzak's families for these tragic losses. And we talked about this with our Public Safety Committee last week as well, and that was prior to the incident on early Sunday morning. And I know our chair, Ms. Blanks, joins us as well. So these, tragic incidents, as we discussed at Public Safety, serve as an urgent reminder of why our commitment to Vision Zero, with the goal of eliminating all traffic fatalities, or all fatalities and serious injuries as a result of traffic crashes, must remain unwavering, and we will move forward and continue our mission of achieving Vision Zero. And this year, For this upcoming year, we've prioritized 25 quick build projects among a broader list of 150 projects that we will complete this year. And these projects are being done alongside our speed enforcement program and red light camera program that we are currently working on. And we'll have the speed enforcement camera done first later this year, and then the red light enforcement program early next year. And our Public Works and engineering teams have received our first shipment of delineators and flex posts, and we will begin installing those to begin with on Sedgwick in the next couple of weeks. In addition, we will be installing 11 raised crosswalks and 3 speed humps later this summer as well. So the raised crosswalks will be located at Asylum and Harvest, Boulevard and LeMay, Boulevard and Whiting Lane, Flag Road at the Westmore Park entrance, Flatbush at Price Boulevard, King Philip at both Aiken Elementary and at the King Philip Middle School driveway. We'll have one right here on LaSalle Road at the mid-block crosswalk. And then we'll have one at Oakwood and St. James, Oakwood and Sydney, Richmond and Barksdale, and Sheep Hill and Maiden. So those will join the additional 3 that we had done last year. And if we can add to more that this summer, we certainly will, but that'll be a minimum of what we'll accomplish this summer. And then we'll be adding 3 speed humps on South Highland between Boulevard and Farmington. And, through the collaboration with our police department, fire department, public works, engineering, along with our partners in the community, we are working hard every single day to make our community safer. And I know a year from now, at the completion of all of these projects and the installation of our speed enforcement and red light cameras program, our community will be safer, and we will achieve Vision Zero in the coming months, and hopefully sooner than the 10-year goal that we had set of 2033. I'd like to be able to say that we will accomplish that far before 2033. None of us like to see what happened certainly last year, and then with these 2 recent tragedies over the last week. So I thank you, Mayor and Town Council, for your continued support and leadership in this effort. So happy to answer any questions related to that before I get into the main part of my town manager's report.
Ms. Blanks?
Through you, Madam Mayor. Rick, can you just go back? I'm sorry, Town Manager Ludwig. Can you go back through Oakwood and Sydney and Oakwood and something else you said?
Oakwood and St. James.
St. James,
Yep,
thank you.
which I know you're familiar with.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I do have a few things I'd like to report on as well on this month's town manager's report. So for council business and meetings, we do have the Human and Community Services Committee meeting on June 16th at 6 p.m. That's virtual. We have a Community Planning and Economic Development Committee meeting on June 18th at 8 a.m. That's virtual as well. And then we will have a public hearing on June 24th for the application of Oceanport Realty LLC, which is the purchaser of 160 Simsbury Road. That will take place June 24th at 6:30 p.m. here in the council chambers, followed by the town council meeting at 7:30 p.m. Just a couple quick updates under staff reports as well. I just want to start real quickly. I sent an email out to staff this morning, just really thanking all of them for their efforts. We had, as everyone knows, Celebrate took place this weekend. And despite the rain on Saturday, it did not dampen the spirits of the thousands that joined us over the course of the 2 days. And Sunday, of course, was a beautiful day. And I think we made up for the rain on Saturday and had many, many thousands here on Sunday. So, but this event doesn't happen without the efforts of many, beginning with Helen Rubino Turco and her staff, Linda Geisler, Rebecca Holmes, and the entire staff, leisure services staff who were on site all weekend. And the planning for this event takes place throughout the entire year, so I know they're already starting to think about next year as well. So also want to thank our police and fire staff for keeping everyone very, very safe, our public works and facilities for their work in ensuring that our grounds are absolutely beautiful for when folks arrive, and then even with the rain that happened on Saturday, to work to make sure everything looked just as beautiful for Sunday. And then a lot of work by our building department and health district, risk management, public relations, our tax office, fire marshal's office, IT, for ensuring that everything really behind the scenes operated very smoothly. And then, of course, our volunteers, our endless number of volunteers who work to ensure that this event goes off without a hitch, and that's our Celebrate West Hartford Committee, the Road Race Committee, of course, our Community Emergency Response Team, our team in green. Their time, energy, and spirit make a tremendous difference in helping us create a memorable experience for all. So a big thank you to all of them for a very, very successful event. Quick update on the center infrastructure project, which continues to progress on schedule. Curbing has been substantially completed for phases 1A and 1B, and electrical work is underway with some portions complete and additional work ongoing. As the contractor is wrapping up phases 1A and 1B, we will begin working, moving to 2B, which is the west side of LaSalle from Arapahoe Road to Union Kitchen. They will begin transitioning over the next week or two. And the transition to Phase 2A will occur soon after 1A and 1B are reopened to the public. Phase 2A spans from Blue Mercury, located at the corner of Farmington Avenue, to the Friendly Toast, which is mid-block. So tax bills will be mailed on June 20th, and with communication on the changes to the motor vehicle tax calculation. The first installment of real estate, personal property, and motor vehicle taxes on the October 2024 grand list are due and payable on July 1st, 2025. The Revenue Collection Office will mail tax bills on Friday, June 20th. This year, the formula used to calculate motor vehicles has changed, and the calculator feature on the assessment office webpage will help people understand that change. Enter your plate number and the assessment value will automatically appear. Multiply that number by the statewide mill rate of 32.46 mills to get your total tax bill amount. As of October 1st, 2024, all assessment departments in Connecticut will use the manufacturer's suggested retail price of each vehicle and apply the depreciation schedule to calculate the depreciated value of each vehicle. This depreciation value will then be multiplied by the statewide assessment ratio of 70% to determine the vehicle's assessed value for taxation. The vehicle's assessed value will decrease yearly based on the depreciation schedule, but will never fall below a $500 assessment for taxation purposes. The assessment, as I said, is then multiplied by the statewide mill rate of 32.46. We do have our household hazardous waste collection on June 14th. The MDC will hold this collection at the West Hartford Public Works Garage at 17 Brixton Street on Saturday, June 14th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event is free and open to MDC member communities. Typical items include kitchen cleaners, garage and workshop chemicals, yard insecticides, and hobby solvents. There is a complete list available online for items that can be disposed of during this event. So also want to just give a quick update on our food scraps recycling program. Thank you to the 560 residents who have signed up for the free Metro Key app and enthusiastically participate in the West Hartford's new food scrap drop-off program. In the very first month, 4,190 pounds of food waste have been diverted from the trash. These food scraps were recycled into electricity and composted at Quantum Biopower instead of tossed into our trash system. Participation exceeded expectations, and initially bins filled quickly. To meet this high demand, the collection schedule has now been bumped up to 3 times a week. Bins are now emptied on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. And the town is also applying for grants to purchase more food scrap bins to expand drop-off locations as we move into the next fiscal year. And the remainder of my the report. Oh, one other quick thing. The splash pads are open. Pools open on June 20th. Leisure services open the splash pads and bathroom facilities at 4 parks on May 24th. And splash pads are open daily from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Beachland Park, Fern Ridge Park, Kennedy Park, and Wolcott Park. Outdoor pools will open on Friday, June 20th. And the rest of the report can be found online. There was quite a bit this month, but all available for viewing pleasure on our website. So thank you, Madam Mayor. Happy to answer any questions about that or anything else going on around town.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwith. Yeah, I appreciate it. I just want to echo your thanks for Celebrate. It is such a big job, and then people come in on Monday morning and like nothing happened. It's unbelievable. It really is crazy, and it's just thousands and thousands of people, and it's amazing. Any comments or questions for? Okay, thank you very much. Oh, I do want to just make one little suggestion on the food waste. My son told me this from compost. He actually puts everything in the freezer, and it really doesn't smell, and it really works. So I have a bag in the freezer, and I just fill it up, and I forgot it tonight. So anyway, I'll be back. Okay, Corporation Counsel, any report, Mr. Dodge?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I have no formal report this evening, and we do not require an executive session.
Thank you, Mr. Dodge. Any questions for Corporation Counsel? Okay, seeing none, I'm just going to go through these quickly. It's a busy time of year, and congratulations are in order. First, for the class of 2025, Conard and Hall High classes will graduate tomorrow, June 11th, so it's not going to rain. Best wishes on your future adventures, and we're so proud of the amazing students. First Skills USA National Signing Day. On May 14th, the West Hartford Public Schools celebrated this day with a career path signing event. The special event honored 30 students entering apprenticeships programs and technical training schools or directly joining the workforce in highly demanded skilled trades such as electrical, automotive, culinary arts, advanced manufacturing, construction, cosmetology. In addition to honoring these students, the event featured West Hartford business owners from related industries who shared insights into their career journeys and provided job opportunities for students. Congratulations to these outstanding students. The event was organized by the Town of West Hartford Chamber of Commerce, and West Hartford Public Schools. And I want to thank everybody that I actually attended this, and it was really, really exciting. And I know next year's going to be even better and more robust. But the businesses were so happy to exchange information with the students, and the students were so proud of their next steps, and it was really, really a great day. I know Chris Gorski was very involved in that, as well as the leadership at our 2 high schools. Thank you to House of Heroes. So this story was on Fox 61. It is a West Hartford resident from, you can't hear me? No? Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, WeHa had it too. Sorry. I should have said WeHa and Fox had it. I apologize. Oh, sorry, but I would have known it if I had been in town. Anyway, the House of Heroes, and I want to give a shout out to Paul Hoare, who I met a while ago, who it's such a passion of the House of Heroes. And they did a fundraiser actually in Town Hall, remember? Not that long ago. It is a great organization, and they support veterans in keeping them in their homes. And this was a Vietnam veteran who was helped in a lot of ways. And in addition to landscaping, they fixed some rotten wood, painted and tightened railings going into the home, fixed steps going in, and when they left, when they were painting the garage as well. And the veteran was so absolutely thrilled. I'm sure Ronnie's story was better. But Triumph, there were 26 volunteers from Triumph Aerospace right in our neighborhood, and we're so happy to help Francis Berman fix up his home. So we're really, really thrilled with that. And this is a Wings community outreach program that Triumph encourages volunteers through to help with local charities and service projects. And House of Heroes tagline is "Make a Difference for a Day." Coordinated the demolition and made this home a wonderful home worth this man's service. So thank you all. Unveiling of the Hall High School mural by Elevate We High Initiative. This is a Hall High partnership with Elevate. This is a special mural that was dedication was held on Friday, May 30th in the courtyard. Elevate We High is a youth wellness and prevention initiative that combines public art service, leadership opportunities for teens in West Hartford. Over several weeks, students worked alongside professional artists, community mentors to design and paint large-scale public mural, reflects their values, identities, vision for unity, and wellness in their community. And following the success at Hall, the program will expand to Conard in the coming weeks. I just want to give a shout out to our wellness and prevention that happens out of our Department of Human and Leisure Services. As did the coordination for the House of Heroes project, and I want to give a special shout out to Karen Paquette for her work on that as well, a social worker that really changes so many lives. So really wonderful work by our social services department. Juneteenth community celebration will take place on June 14th. A special thank you to Adrienne Billing-Smith for her tireless work and the committee for organizing this annual celebration that will take place from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Town Hall. Be sure to stop by this free event and hear inspirational messages and music, see performance and art, interact with vendors, and participate in activities for all ages. There's a link to a schedule of events, and the Newell Webster Library will hold 2 Juneteenth events on Wednesday, June 11th. John Mills of Alex Breen Corporation will delve into the Militia Act of 1862, which made it legal for African American men to enlist in state militias, and the circumstances, events, and social conditions that shaped perspectives in Connecticut leading into Juneteenth. On Saturday, June 14th, children's author Charnay Gordon will lead a Juneteenth storytime at 1 p.m. for children's ages 3 to 6. And registration is required for both events. The Eid celebration will take place on June 14th from 5 to 9 at Blueback Square and Isham Road. This free entry event is a beautiful opportunity to unite as a community and celebrate a cherished tradition rooted in unity, gratitude, and joy. The rain date is June 15th. Playhouse on Park presents The Baroness. This is a reframing of the familiar, this is an added show, I'm sorry. And it is I think a world premiere, is what I heard. So that's amazing. West Hartford Poet Laureate reading will take place on June 12th at Westmore Park at 6:30. Our new inaugural reading of our West Hartford's newest Poet Laureate, Claire Rossini, and the reading by West Hartford's second Poet Laureate, Dennis Barone. The event is free, and hopefully it will be beautiful weather. Free Narcan training will take place on Thursday, June 12th, and Thursday, July 10th, from 5:30 to 6 p.m. at the Bloomfield Health District, 580 Cottage Grove Road. During the session, you will learn to identify the signs of an overdose, how to administer Narcan, and best practices for using prescription opioids safely, and gain an understanding of the Good Samaritan law. Participants will also receive a free Narcan kit. You can call Sarah at our health district, and there's a link on our website. And book it. June 28th will take place from children 2 to 12 at the West Hartford Library, and a fun run at Sterling Field. There's toddler dash at 10 a.m. Could be interesting. Quarter-mile race at 10:15 a.m. and a 1-mile race at 10:30. All registered runners will receive a special gift. Registration is required. Call the library at their number, and there's also a link on the website. And the last, I have digital mobile mammography. Residents are invited to participate in the Hartford Hospital's mobile mammography coach that is coming to Bloomfield Community Center, 330 Park Avenue, Thursday, July 31st from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The event is offered to women between 35 and 40 who have not yet had a mammogram, or women 40 and older who have not had one in over a year. Mammograms save lives. Take the time to make an appointment and call Sarah Zogu, Health Education Specialist, to schedule an appointment through our health district as well. And I will just actually go to Mr. Cortez, because we are approaching our year end, and summer is a real need for food, for many families experiencing food insecurity. Mr. Cortez.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. School ends this Friday, and the reality is that some of these kids lose an opportunity for a meal. So the demand for the food pantry, increases over the summer. So West Hartford United Methodist Church provides another location opportunity to accept food donations that we can drop off over here. The great thing about over there is super convenient if you're in that area. The drop box is outdoors, 24/7, so you can drop it off and someone will bring it in the next day and make sure they'll drop it off over here. And the other thing is you can call 860-798-7123 or text if you can't make it to any of those locations, and I'll come by and I'll pick up the stuff and make sure it gets here. Any little bit helps. And if you have a place of business or whatever, it's real easy to set up a food drive as well. So a lot of opportunities to make sure that we're all set here. The community that cares, they do also accept monetary donations. So if you don't know what to bring, you can write a check, and they'll make sure that it goes to good use. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cortez. And that is really helpful for things that are running low, or for any kind of perishable item that might be needed. Any other comments or questions or add, Mr. I'm sorry, that's right. Mr. Walters.
Thank you, and through you, Madam Mayor. We just have a couple things coming up regarding West Hartford Pride. One of them is Tracy's Pride Ride, which takes place on Thursday, the 12th, and 6 o'clock, meeting at BCCO, 616 New Park Avenue. It's a nice little 9-mile route meandering through West Hartford, and I will gather back at Gastro Park, and that will be again on Thursday. And then West Hartford Pride Festival is on the 21st.
Excellent. Anything else? All right. With that, I'm wishing all the dads out there and everybody who has a dad happy Father's Day, and I hope it's a wonderful celebration. Fathers are really important. And thank you for the work you do. With that, without objection, a motion to adjourn. Any objection? We are now adjourned. Thank you.